it's so difficult for them to differentiate who's like actually mentally ill and who just takes the piss, because mental health is one of them things where you could look absolutely fine and be fighting for your life in your head. Like, you could literally be fighting for your life.
They've had issues from before. It had nothing to do with, apparently they're arguing over man. It was never even about that. And the thing is, I even know who's going around saying that. This is not something that happened a week ago or recently. This all stemmed from Claudia unfollowing Rielle.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, some of you may or may have not heard about the recent story between two UK influencers who were once friends at a point in time. However, it turns out that after a dispute in Mayfair, when the two would cross each other at a nightclub, one would end up dead while the other will possibly be spending the rest of her life in prison. Now, the real question has become, what would make someone mad, so mad, that they find it in their heart to take the life of someone they once called their friend? Many rumors have been circulating where we're being told that everything was all over a man. Now, it's said that the two friends may have shared the same interest in another rapper from the UK by the name of Twin S, and this is where the tension started between the two in the first place. However, close sources to the both of them, including people who were there the fatal night everything transpired, would say that that's not true at all, and it's just false narratives being pushed. And actually, I would rather believe that than what friends are actually saying that it is in fact over. Because if you ask me, the actual reason behind the death of Klaudia Glam is even worse. According to reports, they're saying that everything started simply because Klaudia Glam unfollowed RielleUK on social media. Wow. Now, I know most of them are saying that it wasn't over a man and it was instead over an unfollow, but maybe what if the unfollow was actually over a man? Because yes, she unfollowed Rielle and Rielle may have overreacted. But now the question is this: why did she unfollow Rielle if they were friends in the first place? Because clearly there's a reason. So we're going to get into what a friend who was actually there that night had to say about what transpired, and her saying that it wasn't over no man, but in fact it was over an unfollow. However, a plot twist have came in because Claudia's mom would step in to let the world know to keep praying for Claudia, including that she's not deceased. She may be fighting for her life in critical condition, but I'm sure she would rather that than to have to say RIP to her child. So we're going to get into it all, but in the meantime, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
What? Where's the madam?
Now, before we get into everything else, I thought this perspective right here was interesting because you have one person out of a lot of people who's actually on the side of Rielle. A lot of people are on the side of Claudia, saying that Rielle shouldn't have did that, she shouldn't have did this, but this one female says she actually agrees with Rielle and feels that she was being antagonized, which is a different perspective than everybody else's. She would take to her IG story to say, quote, "This so effed up. She was a beautiful soul. They drove her to unalive. They humiliated her, jumped her and beat her up, then tempted her some more, making her go into a fit of rage. I knew her personally. She was so humble. I don't know that girl that got ran over, but they were both in the wrong, I guess, and they robbed my friend like 2 weeks ago. There's definitely more to it and the man." So here you have someone saying that it was a man involved, and allegedly an altercation already happened prior to this. We're just seeing this one because it spiraled out of control. And like I said, everyone's saying that it was just over an unfollow. But once again, she had to unfollow Rielle for a reason. Somebody's not just going to unfollow their friend for no reason. So the question we want to know is, what was the reason? But now let's get into the next one. We're going to get into a woman who claims to be close to both situations and is said to almost had the same occurrence with Rielle, allegedly over a man as well, just a year prior. She would take to her IG story to say, quote, "I'm going to take a couple days off. Everything going on right now has honestly been making me feel sick. I can't even think properly and I haven't been sleeping well. This situation really hits me. About a year ago, something very serious almost happened to me involving the same person who drove over our friend K. The same F&B. That time I had just left a club and thankfully there were many security guards around who stepped in and protected me and one of my friends. It could have gone very differently," and she put the knife emoji. And the craziest part, all of this started because I was trying to warn that girl about her man because he was trying to get me behind her back. It's a cold world for real. So basically, she's painting a narrative that this is something that Rielle does. This isn't new to her. She does this often, and she says that allegedly Rielle almost caught her coming out of a club as well just a year prior. So maybe this is something Rielle does that we don't know. Who knows? But once again, this is a situation that we've seen because it spiraled out of control and a woman may have lost her life. Now, some people fell for her, saying that she dodged a bullet, but others felt that she was just trying to get her 15 seconds of fame in while all of this was still relevant. And I see both sides. Part of me says that she could have kept this to herself and waited another time to expose this, or not even expose it at all, because what is the world supposed to do with this information now? However, another part of me says maybe she was just trying to look out and warn future women or whoever is currently messing with this guy that this is his forte. Having multiple women who gets into altercations over him because he can't be faithful, and then as we see, they can also become near-death experiences. However, she will respond to the people who had something negative to say about her as she would stay quo. People will always find a negative angle just to have something to talk about. For some reason, the bad feels more entertaining to them. I see it now. Being a good person these days is hard. It's way easier to be negative. And she does have a point, but like I said before, I'm on the fence because I really understand both sides. Now, on another note, a woman by the name of Lala, who claims to be a close source of Claudia's and even stating that she was present when everything transpired, would say that it wasn't over no man. That's a false narrative that's being pushed, and in fact, allegedly, that narrative is being pushed by the man himself to make himself look like some kind of pimp or guy that women are just willing to crash out over, adding to his allure of being a so-called playboy. Y'all check this out.
And the reason why people are saying that argument's not even the reason. They've had issues from before. It had nothing to do with, oh, apparently they're arguing over a man. It was never even about that. And the thing is, I even know who's going around saying that. And I even feel really hurt at the way he's trying to even play it and switch the whole narrative, because I knew her to an extent to how she saw him, and I'm sitting there thinking that girl actually saw you as a like quite highly in her life. You're going around switching the narrative of the story, and she's there lying in critical condition. Like, I'm quite sick to my stomach, really. And the fact that people are going around because of a group chat and certain people are putting in little 2 pennies worth of what's going.
Now, she would even reveal then what the issue was really over and says that no, it wasn't over no man. It wasn't over nothing that we have heard via social media. However, it's over something smaller than a man, something that's not even physical actually, and instead, it's an unfollow on social media. Sheesh.
So when I talk about the situation, I'm not talking about hearsay, I'm not talking about through the grapevine. Claudia is my friend at the end of the day. When I'm saying about certain things, I'm being vague only because I don't need to go into so much detail. I only need to say the surface of what has happened. I don't need to go into her whole life story. I don't need to go into certain things. I have respect for her friends and her family. You know what I mean? So when I'm saying this is not about man, it's not about man. I'm explaining the fact that this all stemmed from a very long time ago. This is not something that happened a week ago or recently. This all stemmed from Claudia unfollowing Rielle, and Claudia not liking Rielle, and Rielle messaging her, coming on a whole, oh, why did you unfollow? This is all stuff that, the fact it even got to this, Rielle has always had issues with people in London. She has issues with a lot of people. And they're all separate people for different reasons, because she always feels like she has to come in an environment and step to people for absolutely no reason. Like, this needs to be a warning to people in a way of, people are going to envy you sometimes for absolutely no reason, and you have to protect yourself in so many ways. Like, her spirit is so rotten, and even what she posted hours before she even done what she done shows you the type of person she is. Like, all of this stemmed from, like, these got going back and forth from way back. Like, this is not something that's just popped up now. So it's just a bit annoying when I'm seeing all of this, like, talking about man. It's not about that. And I even know who spreaded that rumor. I can't even lie. I have no respect for it, because this is not about you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you making this about you and about girls fighting over you? That's not what it was about. It was never about that.
Now, as I always say, when we hear altercations happen and then find out that someone was hurt, then they tell us the reason, and it sounds so simple just like this. Just know it's usually a deeper reason. They say it was an unfollow, but it gotta be more to the story. And if it was just an unfollow, then what was the unfollow for? What would make a friend go and unfollow her other friend, and her other friend feel away so much that she's willing to try and take her life because you so much as unfollowed her on social media? See, most times things may start out simple, but then things are being said and feelings get hurt, and then now whatever y'all initially started bickering about becomes lost, due to the fact that now we done said some things that it's no coming back from, and suddenly people just want to fight. So with that being said, I can understand how it can initially start by unfollowing someone, but then escalate all because other things are said or done afterwards. And keep in mind, y'all, these same people have just came from a whole night of partying, drinking, and enjoying themselves. So I'm sure a little liquid courage may have also played a part in everything going on, making it 10 times worse. Not to mention, we can't forget that Rielle also told us publicly that she herself suffers from mental health issues.
You know, it's so difficult for them to differentiate who's like actually mentally ill and who just takes the piss, because mental health is one of them things where you could look absolutely fine and be fighting for your life in your head. Like, you could literally be fighting for your life, and you could have so much other things going on and you could look fine. Like, i.e. me, the amount of things I have going on at the moment, not to delve too much into personal stuff, because I do post everything on here, but I don't post a lot of things, believe me. Like, I just think that's crazy. So just be nice to people when you see them on the roadside or passing by or in work or in the gym or just wherever you're going. Just be thoughtful for what people are actually going through in their heads, because it's not easy to be inside your brain sometimes. Sometimes you are your worst critic, and like, you're just worst enemy sometimes. I said about 92 million times. Sometimes just shut the fuck up, Gavin.
So somebody like that, I don't think should be played with, especially if liquor is involved. Now, on another note, I guess it's still hope, y'all. Because while everyone has been claiming that Klaudia Glam has passed away at the hospital due to her injuries, we would get an Uno reverse card from her mom herself, who would encourage people to pray and uplift her daughter instead of making sad tweets that read RIP, which indicates that Claudia is in fact still alive, and the mother wants everyone to pray and keep her in good spirits. The mother would take to her IG story, posting a picture of Claudia as she would state, quote, dear family and friends. I'm asking from the deepest place in my heart. Please keep my beautiful daughter Claudia in your prayers right now. She is my angel, my world, my everything, and she needs all the love, strength, and healing we could send her. Please lift her up in your prayers for comfort, protection, and strength during this difficult time. Your love and support mean more to me than words can express. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Claudia's mom. And for the people out there saying things like, oh, everyone's running with fake news about her being deceased, listen, we even said she was gone, and the main reason we said it was because a news station actually a few news stations would tell the public that she did in fact pass away at the hospital due to her injuries. However, I guess that was all just a myth, so in that case, Klaudia Glam get well soon, and as for Rielle, she might as well get used to wherever she is, because she's definitely going to be there for a while. But y'all jump in the comments and wish Claudia a speedy recovery, but in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content, and remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.